I'm here to tell you guys that semen retention is a myth. Certain things, okay? Certain things about semen retentions are a myth because a lot of people have been lying to you. They've been selling you the dream. This is for you if you are an incel, if you are someone who's hopping on semen retention because you've been watching all kinds of YouTubers tell you that semen retention is this magic superpower and that suddenly, because I've seen so many guys that are literally fucking dorks, lame geeks. You could just see that no women gives them any attention talking about I'm on 300. I'm on 365 days of semen retention and I feel like a god. Bro, come on, brother. This is the myth that they keep on selling you guys. The myth that you're gonna retain your semen and suddenly women are gonna come running out the door, coming to you. The truth is, if you believe in your mind that you started to retain your seed and suddenly women are just looking at you because they can just they just smell it off you, you're delusional. I'm sorry, but you are delusional, okay? You're delusional. They've been selling you a lie and you're believing it. The only reason why you believe it is because someone told you and now your perception has changed. Someone has told you, hey, it's a whole placebo. Hey, because you are retaining, now women are looking at you. If I told you right now, how many red cars have you seen today? You're not going to remember, right? You're not going to be able to tell me how many red cars you saw today. Now, if I told you tomorrow, count how many red cars you see and then tell me the next day, what are you going to do? You're going to tell me how many red cars you saw. Why? Because you were looking for it. You were looking for it. So now, all of a sudden, you were fed this lie, this bullshit that, oh, women are going to be looking at you because they can just smell it. They're like, oh, oh, the sweet smell of semen. I just smell it on this guy. That's not true. You're just seeing that because now that's what you're looking for. The same way if I told you to tell me tomorrow how many red cars you saw, you'd be actively looking for it and counting, and then tomorrow you'd come back to me and say, "Hey, listen, before they fed you that lie, you in your mind were thinking women don't look at me. I need some magic pill. I need a superpower. I need something. Oh my goodness, I found semen retention. You know what? Now that I'm on semen retention, I think women are going to start looking at me." That's the conversation you're having in your head, right? You're like, "Oh, she looked at me. Oh shit. Oh shit, she looked at me. Oh my goodness. Oh fuck. Oh my goodness. 3 women have looked at me. The power of semen retention." No, no, brother. Listen, if you want women to look at you, the for sure method is to improve yourself. What they call looks maxing. Call it whatever you want. I don't give a fuck what you call it. Just improve your looks, improve your body language, the way that you carry yourself, how confident you are when you speak. Because here's the keys to becoming a more attractive man. It starts, this is the surface level, right? It starts with first your appearance. How do you look? How do you look? Your appearance must be on point. And then the next one is how do you walk? How do you carry yourself? When you walk into a room, do you look all shy? Are you looking down? Are you not making eye contact? Are you nervous? Are you like looking all over the place? Like people can read on you that you have anxiety. When you see someone like this, looking around, not making steady eye contact, you can read because body language does not lie, and you can read off their body language this person's anxious. So it doesn't matter if you've improved your looks. If you walk into a place and not only men, this is why a lot of you won't receive respect, is because of the way that you carry yourself, but the attention that you are looking for, which is women, they're going to see because of your body language that you're not confident, that you're anxious, that you're insecure. Why? Because you're like this, and you're slouched, and you're looking down at your phone. Why are you looking at your phone? Because you're trying to escape the discomfort that you're feeling from being out in public. Instead, carrying your chest up high, your shoulders back, your head up high, making firm eye contact, looking straight forward. See, the body language. First, how you look. Next, the body language. These are the two things that are, first of all, going to improve your attractiveness. And then, most importantly, your confidence in how you speak. Because you could be the most good looking guy in the world. You could walk with all the swagger. You could walk like this, all confident, chest up, head high. And then you walk up to a woman, or the woman looks at you and she says, hey, hey there, how you doing? And you're like, you're fucking stuttering and shit. All that attractiveness just went out the window. And I'm telling you this 100%. If a woman looks at you and she finds you attractive physically, but then she walks up to you and you're stuttering, you're not confident, you're nervous, the attractiveness just went out the window. So all of this has nothing to do with semen retention. These are the things that women look for. First, you got to be attractive. Second, you got to look confident. Next, how do you speak? And then how do you smell? Because when you walk up to a woman, do you smell good? They're not going to be smelling the semen on you, brother, unless you're coating yourself in that shit or something. I don't know what you guys are doing, but they're not going to smell the semen on you. I'll tell you that. You know what they're going to smell? They're going to smell your cologne. Are you wearing a nice cologne? Are you wearing a designer fragrance? Are you wearing a niche cologne? What are you wearing? Do you smell good? Or do you smell like Axe? Do you smell like onions? Do you smell like shit? What do you smell like? That's what they're going to be smelling on you. That's what you got to be concerned with. They're not going to smell the semen retention. What semen retention does, because I practice semen retention and I've practiced it for years on and off, what semen retention does is it will give you more energy because you're not busting gallons and your body doesn't have to reproduce this life force energy that can create a whole nother life. It's not going to have to constantly reproduce that, right? You're storing it, you're holding it. It's going to give you stronger erections. Why? Because what happens when you bust? What happens when you release? You feel tired, right? That's the immediate thing. You feel tired. You don't feel this sense of urgency anymore. Because when you're on the sites or when you're trying to get with a girl, right? And you have been holding it in and you're going to release it, before you release it, what happens? You're excited. You're ready to go, whether it's with a woman or whether it's on the site. If it's on the site, you're opening up your phone like this, right? You're like this. And then what happens? You release it, and now you're like, you're done, right? Excuse me. Now you're done. Now you're tired. So what does it do when you hold it in? That feeling stays inside you. That feeling of urgency, of like you want to get after whatever it is you're going after, that energy is still inside of you. So that's when you got to learn about sexual transmutation and transmute that energy into an area of your life where you want to see it grow exponentially, because now you have that energy. That's why a lot of fighters don't release before a fight, or at least I've heard. I don't know. I'm not there. Watching their Johnsons. You know what I mean? But from what I've heard, they don't release before a fight because of the energy is stored there, and it makes you more powerful. And from experience, I can say that my longest streak at one point, once I released, the next day in the gym, I did feel weaker. So it's going to make you feel more energetic. It's going to make you feel more confident. It'll make you feel that way. Why? Because when you bust, what happens? You feel tired. You feel low energy. And what is confidence? Confidence is more of a higher energy. Lower energy is linked with things like anxiety and depression. So when you're high energy all the time, which means you're retaining, you're most likely going to carry yourself like a man who has energy, a man who has confidence. So don't let them feed you the lie that women are going to start looking at you. I know a lot of you guys are going to disagree in the comment section. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, bro, trust me, trust me, bro. Women just look at me more. Brother, they look at you more because you're thinking that they're looking at you more. Whatever the case may be, on the days where you're not retaining, you probably aren't looking around looking for the signs. The same way I told you the car analogy. You're not looking for the cars, so you can't tell me how many you saw. But if I ask you, the next day you're going to tell me exactly how many cars. I saw 50 cars. I saw 50 red cars. Why? Because you were looking for it. Life, this thing we call life, what you see is what you're looking for. So if you want to be successful, you have to look for success in things. If you want to be successful at something, you have to look for the areas of success. If you're constantly looking at areas in your life which you can be successful at, then you will succeed. If you constantly look at things that you're going to be a failure at, then you're going to fail. You're going to look at things and you're going to say, but what if I fail? That's all you're going to see. You're not going to see the success because you're just looking in this area. It's the same thing with semen retention. I know a lot of you guys want the quick fix, right? Oh, all I have to do is just not bust. And I'm all for it, brother. Don't do it. Retain. It's great. It's great for you. That's the first thing you should do is retain. Stop playing with yourself. Stop watching those videos online on the websites. That's great. I'm all for it. But don't think that whatever issue you're having, because if you're hopping on semen retention to have women look at you, if that's what you want, you crave female attention because you've lacked it for a long time. There's a more deeper issue than the fact that you're just not retaining your seed. Okay, so don't look for the quick fix to your problem, to the deeper problem. There's a deeper problem and you might need some coaching. If you need some coaching on what it is that whatever it is you're going through, you can send me an email. But don't look for a quick fix because I know it seems so easy and so nice. All I have to do is just not release and women are going to be looking at me. Because I promise you, a guy who has already gotten plenty of attention from women is not going to be hopping on semen retention to what? To get women to look at him? No. When I hop on semen retention, I do it for more personal reasons. Like I want more energy. I want my libido to increase, whatever the case may be. I'm not doing it for I need women to look at me because that's not an issue. So if that's what you're concerned about, then there's a much deeper issue than the fact that you're releasing. So a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me, but understand this. The deeper issue may be you lack confidence. The deeper issue may be you're socially awkward. The deeper issue may be you don't smell good. You don't have good hygiene. The deeper issue may be you're just not as attractive as you think you are. So these things can be fixed with hard work, but it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen with you just retaining. You're going to become a delusional person. And you can ask any woman, and she's not going to say, I just smelled the semen on you. You go on a date with a woman. Hey, so yes, this is my first day. I haven't been on a date in years, but what would you say is the main factor that got you to go out with me? Well, I must say, Gerald, that semen, I smelled the smell of semen. It just, I couldn't smell it on any other guy, but on you, Gerald, I smelled it on you. And when I smelled it on you, I knew you were the guy. And all these other women, I know you're on a date with me, but you see all those other women outside of the restaurant, they're all lined up. They can smell it too. They can smell it too. I know in your head, that's what you want. I know you sit there while you're retaining and you close your eyes and you're like, yes, the women are going to be lining up. They're going to be lining up. They can smell it already. There's women knocking on my door. Trust me, brother. I'm retaining right now. And I'll tell you right now, there's no women knocking on my door. There's no women outside banging on my door because they smell it on me. No, that's not going to happen. I know you wish it would, But understand that there's deeper issues than you not retaining. But I'm all for it. Retain your energy, transmute it into a better area of your life. Like maybe your attractiveness, maybe you need to work on that. Maybe you need to work on your finances. Maybe you need to work on your social skills. Maybe you need to work on improving a skill like sales to make money. Whatever the case may be, retain, but don't believe the myth that women are just going to come flying. They're going to come running. Hordes of women. They're all going to come running at you. And they're going to say, Gerald, I can just smell it on him. He's been retaining. That's the video for today. Feel free to disagree down in the comments. As long as it's respectful, I'll respond to you. I don't care if you disagree. I'll respond to you. But if you're on some hating ass shit and you're disrespectful, you're not getting a response out of me. Okay? But if it's respectful and you disagree, we can disagree all day. We're adults. Or if you agree with me, leave a comment down below. All right? Like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. Peace out.